Well, there was a sense, which again, like all ideas, there's an element of good intent and truth to it. There's a sense that if we make credit easier, if we allow people to buy houses, for example, and they can ride the house appreciation, that's good for their wealth, that's good for their portfolios. But it also can take, some of their worries away, including worries that they don't have good jobs, they don't have adequate human capital, et cetera, et cetera. So it may also make them, property owners, which, the right thought was a good thing to have, a lot more property owners in the system. The left wanted workers to own their houses and become wealthier. So both sides sort of converged on this thing that we have to expand housing credit. And I think that's a good idea, but within limits, right? And the problem was that it became too much of a movement in its own right. And too much credit pushed too easily can actually do harm. And even the people who get the credit can be harmed because they can get it at the wrong time as prices are really going up. They may not be able to afford the houses. They may not be able to afford the consumption that it made possible. They drew down on their home equity lines and then found that the house price collapsed and they had no equity anymore. In fact, they were deeply in debt. I think there was more pressure on politicians to do something if incomes weren't growing. And this was something which kept people happy, and why not?
Yeah, because if incomes aren't growing, then the only way you can consume more is through debt or equity.
Right, and this gave people the illusion that they weren't borrowing because their home prices were increasing, and so they were just drawing down on the equity they already had rather than actually taking loans. So drawdown sounds better than borrowing. And the truth of the matter is they were borrowing against appreciation, which was getting more and more fragile because it was based on a bubble.